But we're going into Game 3 of the night. We have the Kuala Lumpur Hunters who are here in the Greener Stadium right in Singapore today going up against MINESKI.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur Hunters, woo, in the stadium. They're very excited. I see in the pre-game lobby, just like, this place is so cool. Quoted, KLH, Red Hot Rays.
Red Hot Rays. Shout out to Red Hot Rays for saying this place is cool,
Rays.
because this place really is cool. And if you guys are not down here, I don't know why you're not down here, because even if you're in America, you need to take a plane ticket right now. Come down to Greener Stadium where we have many teams come in and out of the stadium today and tomorrow.
Are you going to pay for that plane
No.
Okay.
Unlike somebody who almost got their tickets.
Oh, okay. Let's not talk about that. The third game of the night will be MINESKI on the blue side up against Kuala Lumpur Hunters on the purple side. They are in the lobby. We will go into the game, so this game will be played on the 3.13 patch. So the rest of the games tonight should, and most likely will be played
yes.
on this patch.
So we'll be going into game very shortly. Both teams said that they were ready, but now they're just waiting for us, I believe. And going to game very shortly. MINESKI, unfortunately for them last game, and for those of you back at home who are saying that AHQ Esports Club capitalized on a huge disconnect coming from MINESKI, there was really no way that AHQ Esports Club would have known that there was a disconnect coming in from MINESKI, just because it all happened at the same time. Yeah,
and it seems that, you know, it's a little bit sad that MINESKI kind of disconnected like simultaneously in that game, but like you said, AHQ wouldn't have known, and at the end of the day, I feel that, you know, AHQ would still have won the fight.
Yeah,
because they had that better team coordination going in, and nevertheless, results are results. AHQ did win that fight at the end.
And AHQ, they were playing very well. So did MINESKI, were playing very well. Of course, the disconnect does have a factor in the fight, in the game, sorry, but it was not the major factor in that game. Both teams played very well, but AHQ Esports Club just capitalizing on objectives very well and coming out on top. So we'll be going into game very shortly. But
before the game starts, we have to emphasize, if you're not here in the Garena Stadium, what are you doing? Come here right now. KLH is in the house. Hong Kong Attitude is in the house as well. SAJ are playing on the side computers as well, just training it out because their matches will be tomorrow, and SGS has a final match tonight as well. So it's going to be KLH up first. I think Hong Kong Attitude will go on next to the stage, and finally it's going to be SGS. So that's it's going to be really exciting, really packed in the stadium. If you're unable to come down today, do make sure you come down tomorrow, because the Taipei Assassins as well as the Taipei Snipers will both be playing in the Garena Stadium. Do come down, buy some merchandise, and support your favorite teams. So we will be going to game very shortly. Come on, guys, go into game. We're waiting for you guys to click that button. It's a very simple button to click, I believe. Well, it says start game. How do you spell start game?
I believe it's S-R-A. Oh, I got it wrong.
Oh, you got it wrong, but it's an orange button,
right? It's an orange button. So even I can't even spell it, but you just have to click the orange button. You just have to click the orange button. I agree. So they are in the lobby. They will be starting very shortly. And what do you think about the MINESKI and KLH matchup coming into the GPL? Because these teams are tied for 4th place. SAJ did win, did kind of beat out KLH yesterday in the GPL. So KLH is now down, knocked down 1 in the podium. SAJ is now on top, and MINESKI is resting right in the middle. So if KLH wants to get their points back and they want to be in contention for that all-important 4th spot, they will need to beat MINESKI tonight. I mean, KLH, they're not having a very fantastic season, about 2nd from the bottom right now in their table. And as you said, MINESKI also very surprising, because they were the team that represented Southeast Asia, but they haven't had an incredibly strong showing in the split of the Greener Premier League so far. Bans and picks are underway. We do see Zach Jarvan and Ezreal being banned out by MINESKI, and Kale Norris as well as Renekton being banned out by KLH. The first pick, Shyvana, will go in immediately, and let's see how Kuala Lumpur Hunters will respond to this. So MINESKI, they go for the Shyvana pickup straight away. I mean, Renekton was banned out by Kuala Lumpur Hunters, and they had the last ban, so that's just going to mean MINESKI would pick up the Shyvana straight away. I mean, Renekton and Shyvana being the 2 stronger top laners right now, they battle out between each other constantly. Jax is still open though. Jax is still open, but going up against the Shyvana, kind of tough. It's kind of tough. They may force a lane swap, allow Jax to kind of free farm in the lane under the turret itself. Let's just see how it will happen. So instead of the Singapore Sentinels you see on the screen, it's going to be the Kuala Lumpur Hunters in the Garena Stadium. They are on stage, so do come down and support your favorite team. We have the players on your screen right now. Do you recognize them, Fish? Of course I recognize them.
So run.
But I think you recognize him better than me. But no, I cannot see because I'm looking at the notes in front of my screen. But still, we're going to see Oriana picked up here by Annie. Oriana and Annie picked up here by the Kuala Lumpur Hunters against the Shyvana pick up by MINESKI here.
So it seems that KLH may go for press RCOM this game. Will we see the double AD carry come out from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters? They played the double AD carry game yesterday as well against SAJ. That didn't really work out too well for them. They played a Vayne Lucian, if I'm not mistaken. We have yet to see the rest of the picks. We see a Warwick. However, will we see the return of the noob-friendly jungler coming in from MINESKI? Doesn't seem like that's the case. Ari may be the mid lane champion of choice for MINESKI, and Thresh definitely a very strong support to go up against Annie.
Thresh here, I would say Annie, Thresh, and Fiddlesticks are the strongest supports, the stronger supports right now in League of Legends. So, wouldn't be very surprised if Thresh is picked up here by MINESKI, and it was taken away from them last game as well. I mean, we saw HQ Esports Cup pick it up against them, and they did end up going for the Nautilus pick, and they have not picked up their jungler just yet. So, it won't be surprising if MINESKI do go for the Thresh pickup and the Nautilus pickup against KLH.
Yes, I wouldn't be too surprised either. So, it seems that MINESKI has one hook champion in their roster. Will they pick up the Nautilus jungle to just kind of solidify that, Hook City, Hook Train combination?
So meanwhile, we're waiting for KLH. They're going to go for the last two picks here. Oh, not last two, sorry, the second two picks. Third and fourth pick, actually. I got it messed up 3 times there. Very, very, very good job on the casting desk here. But still, let's see what KLH respond against the picks that MINESKI have already gone for. Do you think we'll see the Nautilus pick up again? I mean, I was talking about it just then, but...
Wait, Nautilus is banned out.
He's
That's a
banned
banned
out. I was talking about Nautilus the whole time, and he's been banned out by KLH. So this is the second time.
Wonderful job done by the casters.
Second time, if I'm not mistaken, in the Green Premier where Nautilus has been banned out against MINESKI.
Yes, so they do fear that Nautilus pick up. We did see a pretty good Nautilus come in from Noel, but I mean, HQ still got to battle them in this fight. Let's just see how MINESKI will use this, Thresh pickup as well as the RE. They can still kind of layer down their CC if you use the death sentence into the charm. That's going to be a very potent lockdown in itself. But it seems that KLH will go for the Nasus in the top lane as well as Vayne in the jungle. But wait, Nasus may go to the jungle. And
possibly
Vayne in the bot lane. And finally, they may pick up one more AD carry. This is what KLH loves to do.
Yeah, so we saw earlier today even KLH running that double AD team composition with Jaeyoon playing an AD and Walen's playing an AD here. But this time, Jaeyoon's not playing for KLH.
No, the prodigal son does not return to KLH just yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So we will see the Nasus being picked up. Most likely will go into the top lane as well as Walen's on Vayne. So will we see the double AD come out? We will not find out just yet. We'll wait for MINESKI to kind of lock in. So Hook City still
available. Will it be? It will be Hook City.
Yes, it's going to be Hook City. It's going to be the bandage toss as well as the death sentence coming in. So MINESKI has kind of run this team comp before. Instead of Ari, it was Nidalee, and instead of Shyvana, it was Renekton. So we did see this play coming in from MINESKI, and it seems that Noel is very comfortable on the champions that allow you to go in for that straight initiate coming in. Thresh has the dread line. Sorry, not Thresh. Nautilus has the dread line, and Amumu has that bandage toss.
Waiting for the last pick coming out from Kuala Lumpur Hunters here. As you said, won't be surprised if they go for another AD carry pick. They've been running the double AD carry team composition for so long now, so not too surprising, but it can be interesting to see what they do pick up here against MINESKI.
It is going to be the Jax pickup.
Might be the Jax pick. I mean, right now for top lane, I really only think that Jax and Shen are the two viable top laners. Not viable, but the two stronger top laners left. And going up against a Shyvana for either one of them would be quite hard.
Yeah, it's amazing how Shyvana just kind of runs full circle back into Season 3. We saw the proliferation of Shyvana by Diamond Procs in the jungle in Season 2. And right now, after certain nerfs and currently some quality of life buffs come into Shyvana, we see her back in the fray again. So it is going to be the Jax pickup for XXF, I believe, in the... Sorry. It should be XXF in the top lane with Jax.
We have seen XXF play mid lane quite a few times for Hunters as well, so Won't be surprising if they do switch that one up and we see XSF in the mid lane, which we should see because the 30-second timer has hit the mark, and we will be seeing Goldens up in the top lane playing Jax. Tainted Ones in the jungle with Nasus, XSF on Orianna down in the mid lane. Wildlands and Red Hot Rays will be going into the bottom lane. Vayne and Annie will be their champions.
Yeah, and on the side of MINESKI, it is going to be the bottom lane duo of Caitlyn as well as Thresh. Into the top lane, it's going to be Shyvana jungling the side of MINESKI is going to be Amumu, and in the mid lane is going to be Ahri.
So we still get to see the Hook City champions coming out from MINESKI, and I like the fact that everybody on their team has a way to jump into the Kuala Hunters team comp here.
Yeah, everyone except for Caitlyn, because Caitlyn doesn't want to jump.
Burnett, come on. Burnett right into the team. That's what you have to do. You have to do that, guys.
Follow your team all the way.
Fish advice. Follow the team, 90 caliber right into the team. You'll win every time.
Yeah. So anyway, we are into the loading screen, so let's just see if, like you said, Shyvana up against Jax. You feel that Jax may not be able to match up to the early game aggression coming in from Shyvana. So do you expect KLH to pull off a lane swap this game?
I don't really know. I mean, Shyvana does very well in the top lane. It's possible for Jax to go fairly even against Shyvana up top, but it wouldn't be surprising if they do go for that lane swap. But on the side of MINESKI, they do have a slightly weaker jungler to start off with, being Amumu in the jungle compared to Nasus, who is slightly stronger at clearing camps early, dueling, and just controlling objectives. But then again, with Nasus in the jungle, it kind of means that if you do go for that lane swap, you will be slightly stronger just because Nasus excels in lane swaps.
Yeah, Nasus does excel in the lane swap because he does have that clear from his E, so he is able to kind of just protect the turrets from any sort of damage coming in. It seems that KLH will not opt for that lane swap just yet. Golden seems to be proceeding to the top side of his own jungle, going into the top lane, whereas MINESKI will kind of just 4-man down this tri-brush. They should be spotted out by the Tainted Ones who have just entered that brush. So let's just see where MINESKI decides to go. Will they go in for the delay invade? If they do, Tainted Ones will spot him out. The ward does get put down early on, and we seem to have transitioned. So we will have that 1-minute delay coming in because Kuala Lumpur Hunters are in the stadium just to prevent some sort of ghosting. So we will wait for the timer to go up to about 2 minutes before we kind of talk about what's going on in the game.
Yeah, so we will be waiting for that time to pass, and we'll be going back into game very shortly. So
we will go back into the game. 1 minute and 30-second pause coming in.
So here we go. We're gonna wait for this game to kick off. They did manage to get into the brush to scare away Tainted Ones a little bit. The ward was placed into the tri-brush on the side of MINESKI by KLH, so they do have vision of that up in the top lane.
Yeah, we
by MINESKI, sorry.
Will have vision of that, you know, any sort of movement coming into the top lane. But it seems that MINESKI will not go in for that delayed invade, possibly just allowing Noel to actually just start off his routes just normally. It seems that they will opt for the lane swap coming in. Both CED as well as Tigi will just go up to the top lane. And it seems like KLH may respond with a lane swap of their own because Wildlands is heading up to the top lane as well.
Very strange here, just because traditionally we would see the junglers, they try to start on the side where the AD carry and the supports are going, just so they get that extra damage on their first camp to get a nicer leash. But this time we're going to see both of the junglers start where their traditional top laners are, get a slightly less of a leash, but still good leash nonetheless. And we will be seeing a traditional lane just inverted. We're going to see both the AD carry and supports up at the top lane. You know, we're going to see the top laners down at the bottom lane. So swapping it around.
Yeah, they're just swapping it around. So what's going to happen is that we will have Vayne and Annie in the top lane dueling it out against Caitlyn and Thresh. In the mid lane, it's going to be Ahri and Orianna. And finally, in the bot lane, it's going to be Shyvana as well as Jax. So like you said, Shyvana going to bully out Jax in the early stages of the game. We saw Goldens there take a little bit too much damage from Snoy. Snoy is a resourceless champion and can just continue to spam spells on cooldown. The counter strike does come out. Snoy taking a little bit of damage, but that % health damage from the Flame Breath will take Goldens down and force him to back away slightly from Snoy.
So in this lane with Annie and Vayne going up against a Thresh and Caitlyn, I feel like this is MINESKI's lane to win, really, just because both Annie and Vayne have quite short ranges as well. Red Hot Rays on Annie has a nice range on his auto attack, but his spell ranges are rather short compared to Thresh with a large depth sentence range, and Caitlyn having the highest range at level 1. I felt like they should be the ones who bully this top lane.
Yeah, they should be the one trying to bully out this top lane, but it seems that Red Hot Rays has been doing a good job of trying to control this. Whoa, the depth sentence nearly hitting there. Red Hot Rays almost getting hit by that one, but we do see Tainted Ones actually camping in the top lane. Will we see some sort of measured aggression coming from Kuala Lumpur Hunters? We will find out very shortly, but in the mid lane, XXF just dueling out with Exo, both just going through their spell rotations, taking each, you know, missing it out a little bit, taking some health away from each other.
Be interested to see what happens up in this top lane. I mean, as you said, Tainted Ones is poised for a gank in this rush here, so he's gonna head. No, he's not gonna head back. But
well, we do have the depth sentence come in, but since Tainted One showed himself, CED will not follow up on the depth sentence.
So good use not to use that second proc of the depth sentence, and he did get that hook onto Annie as well. Not the most wise person to bring in to a fight.
Yeah, not the most wise person indeed. So Annie did have the Sun charged up, and he will be able to kind of put down the counter aggression onto the onto the bottom dual lane of Thresh as well as Caitlyn.
So once again, we're up to this top lane. We're going to see TG and Send. It's very surprising though that Annie and Vayne have managed to push this Caitlyn and Thresh lane into the tower. I thought that Caitlyn and Thresh should be doing a much better job against this lane, just because I felt like they had the matchup advantage going into this one, just with such longer range. And you can already see damage going down onto that dual lane. And meanwhile, the bottom lane, Snoy here, as expected, shoving Goldens into his tower, getting some good damage down onto him.
Yeah, it also could be because we have Annie in the lane. She's a range caster as well. We do have some action coming into the mid lane. Exo gets exhausted, forced to burn that flash. He is not 6 yet, does not have that spirit rush, and will be forced to recall. But in the bot lane, like you said, and as you predicted, Snoy easily bullying out Goldens in the early levels and early stages of this game.
It's going to be interesting to see how Snoy progresses through this game, see if he can shut down Goldens. Well, it's not really a shutdown so far. Goldens doing a good job keeping up in terms of minion score, but still Snoy doing a good job shoving him under tower, keeping him behind a little bit in terms of minion score, and keeping some good damage down onto him at the same time. If he can continue this throughout the entire game, he should be able to shut down Goldens for some time, but we're going to see Tainted Ones. Looks like he wants to come in for a gank here.
Yes, if Snoy decides to stick around, we may see Goldens as well. Tainted Ones, the counter strike does come in, the stun will land, and there we have it. The siphoning strike as well as the Widow will go on Snoy. Snoy is forced to flash away. They will burn that flash with that gang. So very good play coming from Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
Tainted Ones has had really good pressure for the KOH so far. He was at top lane for a large amount of time, whereby he stopped and initiate coming in from MINESKI, and then he went to mid lane, burned the flash on Exo, went down to the bottom lane where he also burned the flash onto Snoy. And this might actually help Goldens kind of get back into the game. Well, he's not out of the game yet, but it might be able to help him ease out this laning phase against Shyvana.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. We do have the depth sentence coming into Red Hot Race. C3D does get come, then Exo rotates out from mid lane. The exhaust does come down to Red Hot Race. First blood will go down to Exo while it's being taken out very low. Will the charm come out? Is it off cooldown? Yeah, it's not off cooldown, but TG gets the final auto attack onto Wallens, and Exo with a great rotation coming in. The shockwave will miss. Noel flashes out of it, and so much action happening all across the map, but 2 kills in favor of MINESKI due to that rotation from Exo. So great play coming in.
So we saw a very nice rotation coming in from Tainted Ones earlier, whereby he helped out all 3 lanes, but now MINESKI put the pressure onto KLH, so they were able to put some great pressure top lane, grab the 2 kills onto both the support and the AD carry. TG was able to pick up 1, and Exo was able to pick up the other, which is fantastic for them picking up the 2 early kills. Got some good damage down into the top tower, and we're able to head back to base, grab some items.
Yeah, indeed. We do have it allows them to hit back to base, grab some items. We do have Caitlyn picking up that BF sword, and it's gonna give Caitlyn that lane presence in lane as that you were talking about. She can abuse the range and just put pot shots from behind and in the safe distance, where Thresh is able to go in for any sort of counter initiate, especially with that death sentence as well as the play. Once Thresh hits level 6, he will have his ultimate up. The box will just completely deny any sort of attempt from Wallens to actually auto attack.
So you see down at the bottom lane, Nasus puts, they do have a, KOH do have a pink ward onto that dragon buff, so they should be able to take that one down if they wanted to, just because they have Nasus on their team. Very, very good at controlling those objectives, especially the dragon buff early on.
Yeah, he does pop the Fury with the Sands. This allows him to get the extra health and as well as that damage over time, easily taking out Dragon. Dragon will go down, that smite is off cooldown, and it seems that KLH will be very happy picking up that Dragon.
So here we go, we're gonna see EXO here. Gets his blue buff, should be going into lane against Orianna rather easily. We saw the command Shockwave using Noel, and a nice flash coming out for Noel, was able to avoid that and avoid his imminent death as well. Snow doing a good job again against Golems here. Very, very nice lane mechanics, I feel. Shoving Golems under the tower constantly. Golems doing a very good job of keeping up in terms of minion score, and also putting some pressure back onto Snow. Noel here.
We do have Noel going in very aggressive. He does get the condemned to the wall. He wants to pull off the curse of the Sad Mummy. Does not take the Dark Passage out of that fight, and it seems that Saint once as well as Red Hot Rays will chase away MINESKI from that aggression under the turret. Exo taken that, you know, some damage from the combo of XXF, will get hit by the command attack as well as the command dissonance, and he will not put any sort of aggression in return. The death sentence actually being, whoa, we actually have Noel coming in. The bandage shots will be dodged from that flash. The shockwave does come out. Exo taken very low. He does not decide to spirit rush in there. Noel will not have that bandage shots in time for any sort of continued aggression.
I feel like Noel there should have gone for the curse of the Sad Mummy first. He was almost in range of that, just walking a little bit closer to him would have been able to help him proc that, and Exo shouldn't have taken too much damage in that fight. But Tatum Ones, I feel like he's playing very, very well for the Clone Hunters. I mean, he put so much pressure down. He's going to come in for more pressure up this top lane and take this one away.
Yeah, exactly. The Widow will come down. GG will just cleanse it away. The box will deny any sort of further aggression coming from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. The Counter-Strike does hit onto Snoy, but Goldens will be forced to back off. Can't deal with that Dragon just yet. Shyvana does have that Giant's Belt, and Jax only has the 2 Joran's items.
So, Tatum Ones, he's been doing so well. I mean, started up at the top lane, put some pressure on the MINESKI, went to the mid lane, burnt Exo's flash, went down to the bottom lane, burnt Snowy's flash, and now come up to the top lane. Now he's burnt TG's flash. He hasn't even picked up kills for KO just yet, but he secured a dragon and also helped out in these lanes. He's put some pressure onto MINESKI, so every time he does, it puts more fear into the hearts of MINESKI, thinking, where's Tatum Ones, what is he going to do next?
Yeah, I agree. The flash burns on the side of Tainted Ones is going to be very good, but what he needs to do additionally is to capitalize on the fact that the summoner spells are down. But if they're unable to do it, but in this time, Red Hot Rays just get bursted down immediately. The Timbers will come out, stunning both of them, but the return trip on the Orb of Deception will take him down. Red Hot Rays will go down in that fight. It seems that the rotation by both Noel as well as Exo will allow them to pick up the kill as well as the top lane turret.
So MINESKI, despite the pressure coming from Tainted Ones this game, they're doing very well. They have 3 kills and they're able to take that first top lane turret.
Oh, MINESKI actually disconnected once again.
TG disconnected, but Exo here gets shockwaved and has to spirit rush out of that one. So XF, they're putting some good pressure down onto the mid lane. Snoy is still keeping Golden shoved under this tower. He's not afraid to take a tower hit or two just to get some extra harassment onto Golden though.
Yeah, that's right. It seems that we have some action coming. Noel taken down very low, and I just realized that the spectator mode has just kind of sped it up a bit, so we will need to go for a short pause on our side just because we do not want KLH ghosting our commentary.
Not that we think they would go for the ghosting, but
just to be on the safe side.
To be on the safe side, we're just going to go for a short pause, wait for that. We will be going into game very shortly, just waiting for it to have a nice buffer time between the game time and the pause time that we have created here.
Yeah, so we will be going back right about now. So here we have KLH actually kind of mitigating some of the aggression coming in. Noel, we saw that earlier in that fight, taken down very low. Does pop the curse of the Sad Mummy. He will now go back with the recall, picks up a Kindle gem, so he should be building into the spirit of the Ancient Golem very shortly. It seems that we will have the map kind of go to a stalemate at this point of time with the rest of the champions actually just farming it out. So if we take a look at the gold score, 3 kills in favor of MINESKI and 1 turret. The gold difference is just about 2,000 gold, slightly lesser than that. So KLH is still in this one. We have Tainted Ones, like Fish has pointed out earlier, going in for some really good ganks. CED will try to actually take down this pink ward, so it's gonna be a pink wars right here with the Tainted Ones being the aggressor. He does take out that pink ward. Will be very happy to get the last hit of Siphoning Strike.
XSF has also been putting some good pressure down in this mid lane, despite EXO roaming up to top lane, helping out with that double kill, but we can see a wither down onto CED.
The box does come in, the counter strike will land onto CED, and seems that CED will call out to that shockwave. 3-man shockwave, Snoy as well as Noel will be called out. The ace in the hole does come out, takes Golden down very low. Tainted Ones taken down as well. Double kill for EXO, and now Red Hot Race in a lot of danger. TG will be there picking up the double kill, so it's a 4-for-2 trade on the side of MINESKI. Violence just free farming it at the top lane.
So despite KLH going for the initiate, we're going to go replay apparently very quickly of that team fight, if I'm not mistaken. So here's the fight. We saw the Wither go down onto CED, so KLH get the initiate here on the CED. The counter strike goes down by Goldus, gets the stun off. There goes the ball from Orianna, getting that slowdown. A nice damage on the CED. The shockwave will come out shortly, which will stun everybody on KLH in this fight so far, and also take down Thresh there. But here is where MINESKI turn around the fight. Noel and Snoy will jump back into this fight with EXO coming in. Snoy will drag his rage over, taking XF so low, and this fight turns from a 1-on-3 into a 5-on-4 in favor of MINESKI. So using their numbers advantage and picking up that kill.
Yeah, as you actually take a look at the replay, we had Violence try to push up the top lane as much as possible, but was unable to take down the top lane turret. And in response, with those 4 kills from the side of MINESKI, they do take down the middle outer turret.
So we can see Tainted Ones here donate his blue buff over to XSF on Orianna, while Red Hot Race clears some wards out in this Dragon Pit. Dragon will respawn right now, and should be a queue for KLH to pick the one up against
Yeah,
CED.
Tainted Ones actually just catches CED. The Death Sentence does come in, that the Wither will prevent TG from outputting any form of damage onto the Tainted Ones, so they will back off from that one. Does CED have the pink ward to clear it out? No, just decides to put a regular ward here. Will that pink ward actually spot it out? Yes, it does kind of spot out that ward in the Dragon Pit.
So Snoy still doing a good job of keeping Goldens under control, you could say. I mean, Goldens gone for the Bilgewater Cutlass first, so here's some decent sustain there.
So you got 4 players of MINESKI actually trying to siege down this bottom lane turret, and it seems that we will have a 4-on-4 fight if any sort of fire tree breaks down at this turret itself. This turret has gone down extremely low. The next minion wave will allow them to put even more damage on this outer turret. Will they go in for any sort of aggression? The charm will miss, and the Death Sentence does hit onto Tainted Ones. The turret does go down, but it seems that Wallace has popped the Banish Trust as well. The Curse Sand Mummy will go in. Fury of the Sands will pop on the side of Tainted Ones. Tainted Ones does go down, however, but Wallace is taken down very low. 3 members already down, but no one has died on the side of MINESKI. MINESKI will continue to chase Wallace through the jungle, but I do not think they are able to catch Wallace at this point of time.
And this is why MINESKI are the Hook City champions in the Garena Premier League. We saw Noah with a fantastic Banish toss into the Curse of the Sand Mummy for MINESKI. We're going to go into a replay of that fight because it was an amazing fight for MINESKI. So here we see Tainted Ones is coming in. It does take a little bit of poke damage as TG has been withered. The Banish toss comes in. Curse of the Sand Mummy will hit 3 people of KLH in this fight. Wildlands not affected by it, but still, Red Hot Rays, XSF will all go down while they are crowd controlled, and now Wildlands exhausted has to flash away. Dark Patches will give them some vision, but he will get away safely, but still, good fight for MINESKI.
Yeah, MINESKI after that fight is able to take down the Dragon as well as the 2 turrets in the bottom lane, both the inner and the outer turret. So this effectively just kind of increases their gold lead to 7,000 gold at 16 minutes.
16 minutes, as you said, 7,000 gold. That's a nice lead for MINESKI to rest on, but still, it's still not really anyone's game, but KLH still have a chance to come back into this one.
Yeah, Snoy spotting out Tainted Ones in his own jungle. I do not think that Snoy will fancy that duel in the jungle. Not really safe in MINESKI's jungle just yet. But Snoy has been doing a decent job coming in for the rotations. You saw earlier in that fight in the red side jungle of MINESKI, he came in with a great Dragon's Descent, able to kind of disrupt the entire enemy team of KLH and just kind of pick up a few assists from that one.
Snoy here still shoving out against Goldens while Tatum wants his place for a gank. Give us some pressure on the Snoy and take this one away, Wolf.
Yeah, we have Snoy taken out very low from the Spirit Fire. He will use the Dragon's Descent to actually get away from this one, so not much action happening there. We did have that attempted gank. The ultimate will be burnt from Snoy, but Snoy can easily kind of gain back that advantage by just, you know, farming minions, using his spells and just auto-attacking to gain back that rage meter. So he does return in the Dragon's form, pulls out that Dragon's Breath and says to Golden, you know, you don't scare me, I can easily just get you one-on-one.
KOH have yet to take down their first tower. Golden's going a bit aggressive on the Snoy. Snoy not afraid to return damage on his own there, but this tower from MINESKI should eventually go down. Snoy is trying to defend it here. Nobody except for Golden's up in the for KOH can put any pressure on this top lane just because MINESKI are putting pressure on all other lanes of the map. But Golden should be able to take down this top tower with ease. It is already quite damaged and then return to help out his team.
Okay, so what is happening in this mid lane as well as the top lane? We actually have it's GG actually pushing it up for the side of MINESKI, putting some pressure into this open inhibitor, not open inhibitor. But at the same time, MINESKI will continue to kind of push down. The charm will land onto Tander once the Death Center's nearly missing, forcing him to pop the Fury of the Sands. But I think MINESKI will just wait for that to disappear before going on the continued aggression on this mid lane in the turret.
They are quite ahead of the Kuala Lumpur Hunters right now. I mean, as you said earlier, about 7,000 gold, about 6,000 gold, still roughly 7,000 gold ahead of KOH right now. They're pushing down onto this mid lane tower, trying to siege it out as Snoy continues to split push the top lane. Just getting puck shots onto the tower here and there, getting some nice damage down onto it. They still do have those two Hook City champions, so initiation is not a problem for them right now.
Yeah, we will see Golden's actually come back from the Blade of Ruin King, so that's going to deal a little bit more damage. We have yet to see XXF pull off a fantastic Shockwave combo. We will need... Whoa, the Shockwave comes out, actually misses. So that combo does not appear either. The Timbers being used, so 3 ultimates down, 4 ultimates down on the side of KOH, and it is MINESKI's turn to return with some sort of aggression. Knowing that 4 ultimates are down on the side of the Kuala Lumpur Hunters, they will go back and try to put as much aggression as possible.
The Timbers and Shockwave was blown by KOH there, along with the flash coming in from Red Hot Rays, and TG evaded it all with 190 caliber net. That's all he needed to get out of that initiation coming in from KOH. This should be where MINESKI trying to make a play with all these ultimates down and the flash down on Annie, as you said earlier. This is where MINESKI need to try and do something.
Well, Tander gets caught out. Will the death sentence actually follow up? It doesn't seem like that's the case. So we will continue to see this kind of wave clear coming in from Exo. He does have the Deathfire Grass, will be building into the Abyssal Scepter very shortly. We see XXF scout out with his ball there. It seems that MINESKI is not really deciding to dive this turret. They are not as confident just yet. It seems like KOH will be the ones to be forced to back up away from this turret. Golden is on the sideline dueling it up with Snoy, and it seems that MINESKI will continue to just... Whoa, we have the Death Sentence coming in. The Flame will come in, locked up, and Tander just gets melted. The Dragon will go in. XXF taken down very low, but the Shockwave will come out. Noel just barely dodging it. Goes down to the turret. Red Hot Rays gets exhausted. Golden's in the back line. Will he be able to kind of clean up at all? It doesn't seem like it's Snoy taken down very low. Golden wants to go for the kill. He flashes over, and it seems that Snoy will go down onto this one. Gets the double kill. Only TG and Exo alive against Golden. It doesn't seem that Golden will be able to survive that one. MINESKI get the ace and will get the inhibitor turret in the mid lane.
Good initiate coming from MINESKI there, and as you said, a very nice shockwave from XSF, but now we're going to go into a replay of that fight. Once again, so you can see here, the initiate will come out from MINESKI just in a second. The Destins will hit Tander who is already at half health. He will fly in, flay him backwards, which hits Wildlands as well. Tander will get taken out almost instantly. There goes the Curse of the Sand Mummy, locking down Wildlands and XSF and the Red Hot Race. As soon as the Dragon comes in here, XSF will throw the ball out one more time and get the shockwave off onto everybody under the tower. While Snoy chases down onto Wildlands, should be able to pick him up here. Will be able to pick him up with that Ignite as Golden's battles him out. You see the rest of MINESKI will clean up the fight. Red Hot Rays will go down. Then Golden's will have a nice kill onto Snoy and follow it up with a chase down. No, with a chase down onto Snoy, sorry. And then following it up with a PG flashing over the wall to save his teammate. Well, try to save his teammate, which is not able to do so, but picks up a kill for himself.
Yes, he does pick up a kill for himself. GG will be very happy. He's 6-0-6, has that Bloodthirster, the Last Whisper, and will probably be building into the Phantom Dancer very shortly off that Zeal as well as that Cloak of Agility. Golden's picking up his own red buff, Tainted Ones. Let's just see, 22 minutes into the game, how many stacks of Siphoning Strikes does he have? Jungle Nasus, 165 Siphoning Strike bonus damage. Not a very high number.
Not a very high number for a Jungle Nasus. Your job is to be the tanky man of your team. This caused disruption in the entire team fight, and Snowy almost checked the brush. Tainted One's decided not to go back home though. Could still get spotted out here, gets cancelled by the sub. He has to smack him in the face with his staff there.
Yeah, Snowy would just use that would just use that to get away from any sort of aggression. And while this is all happening, we have MINESKI pick up their second dragon of the game.
So you can see CED try to clear out some wards, grant MINESKI some extra map control. Even though they don't have too many wards down, but they do have the map control, pressuring KOH into their base. The inhibitor is still available for taking C. Exo whittling it down. Said tries to get the death sentence off, not able to do so. Red Race flashes almost up, and I believe once that flashes up, we should see an initiate coming from KOH to try and defend this inhibitor.
Yes, with TG's cleanse now, we should be able to actually go in for the Red Hot Race initiate onto the Mass Tibber stun, as well as the Shockwave coming from Orianna, being played by XXF. If we see KOH pull off their wombo combo, the Death Sentence nearly actually hits onto one of the members of KOH, so very close fight there.
This is where we need to see Red Rays make his play. This is where his flash is up, his Tibbers is available, and the stun is ready. They need to make a play before the inhibitor goes down. If not, they will lose the inhibitor and not be able to get anything on top of that.
And that's right, the Death Sentence comes out once again from CED, just airballing it this time, but you are right, Red Hot Race will need to go in for that flash initiation, make sure he doesn't get caught out. So now Death Sentence as well as Charm is on cooldown. They should have this small little window of opportunity when they can engage, but it seems that MINESKI will be happy to put down some more shots on the turret. Golden seems to be one to go in, does get hit by the Death Sentence, the ball will get in. Counter-Strike does come out, but the Dragon's Descent in the back line. Wallace just gets melted immediately. Tainted One, despite popping the Fury Descent, will get melted as well. Golden's in the back line, unable to pick up TG. TG is now godlike. Red Hot Race has forced to flash a double kill on the side of TG. XXF nearly getting caught by that Death Sentence, and it seems that MINESKI will take this fight 3-0.
MINESKI should be able to take down this inhibitor turret and the inhibitor as well. I won't be surprised if they try to end again. TG
Shockwave
gets taken down.
Oh my goodness, very nearly gets taken out. XXF in a world of trouble, does flash out, goes down to the Ignite of Snowy. Now Tainted Ones will pick up Noel, but he will go down as well. MINESKI has 3 people in the base of KOH, but Wallens has respawned. Red Hot Race will be coming back very shortly. Golden's another 5 more seconds. MINESKI will do so and back off.
Not surprised they didn't try to go for the end there. I mean, they had 5 members, not 5 members, they had 3 members up there, but most of them were low on health. They could just do some counter juggling this late into the game, pick the blue buff away from KOH, head back to base, grab the items, but with 2 inhibitor turrets and inhibitors out, things are not looking good for KOH.
Things are not looking good at all for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. So let's take a look at what just happened. In that fight, we saw MINESKI go ahead, getting that delayed ace, but losing about 2 members on their team. They are now ahead in gold, about 13,000 gold ahead in 26 minutes. The Baron buff has not been taken just yet, but they have taken down both inhibitors in the mid lane as well as the bottom lane. So KOH gonna be in the back foot. They have to constantly defend their ways from super minions, and it seems that MINESKI may be considering to do this Baron.
Looks like they are trying to do the Baron here. We can see TG take out the ward in the Baron pit after the pink ward was placed down by Noel there. CD still does have that Oracles up, so he will be able to clear wards around the Baron pit and kind of force KOH out into the open where MINESKI want them to try and get some hooks off and force a team fight once again.
Yeah, they will try to force the team fight once again. It doesn't seem that KOH has any vision at all of this Baron buff, so MINESKI is going to be very happy taking this Baron Nashor. They will take out some more objectives using this Baron buff. Let's just see when MINESKI decides to hit. They may go into the top lane and take down the final outer turret on the side of KOH. It seems that they will 4-man push up in the lane itself. Golden's nearly eating that charm to the face. They will take down this turret extremely easily, and they will have to defend the death sentence as well as flash ace in the hole will make GG legendary, and it seems that Exo will go in with Noel gets the curse of set mummy of 3 members. Wallens now he joins the fight. GG gets the double kill. He's legendary. The bandit shots will just kind of miss. Golden will be forced to pop back and heal up. It seems that Wallens will not be able to defend this final inhibitor turret from falling down, and the final inhibitor will go to MINESKI. Double super minions will start flowing into the base very shortly.
And you have to see there. I mean, the flash death sentence coming out from CED completely deleted XSF there. He just got obliterated from the map. Instantly taken out MINESKI. They will be able to take up this game against the KLH as
Wallens nearly taken down. Very nearly.
Will get taken down by TG here, and they will be able to take down the Nexus, I believe. Tatum was trying to make a last stand.
This is the final stand for Kuala Lumpur Hunters. The Shockwave will not take down Noel. Will Tatum was be able to get out the last kill. TG is on the 12-0 and 9 rampage. The Nexus will go down very shortly, and MINESKI will take the win.
MINESKI will take the win against KLH, and even though MINESKI won the game, I felt like MINESKI played better than KLH, but KLH played very well. I mean, Tatum ones, we saw the early game pressure he provided for KLH. I mean, up top, creating some pressure onto that dual lane up top, blowing the flash mid, bot lane, coming back top to grab a double kill. But MINESKI just played slightly better in securing the objectives. I mean, Tatum ones did a good job as well. Secured the dragon for his team. Golden's couldn't do too much in the matchup against Shyvana. Is constantly pushed to his tower, but maintained a nice mini score all the way to the end of the game, actually. The top lane just kept getting ganked, I believe. I mean, we saw Exo come up for a nice gank for MINESKI, help get the double kill and help the lane to start progressing for MINESKI, and just not too much KLH could do. I mean, KLH played very well, but MINESKI just played very, very...
They played better. They played the better game. You realize that MINESKI is very comfortable on these champions that's able to go in, especially Noel. He did play the Nautilus last game. They did lose this game, but he showed how strong his Amumu pickup is. So he will go in with the bandit shots, gets the curse of the set, mummy up, CED will follow up, and Exo TG as well as Snoy will just wreak havoc, putting out as much damage as possible. So,
and they were also able to secure their objectives later in the game. I mean, KLH, they secured the early dragon, but once the first few towers went down for MINESKI, they just started to drop down like bowling pins.
Yeah, I agree. So that will be it for Game 3 of the night in the GPL.